everyone, I'm the Limitless Librarian, and today I'm going to be doing a review of Roadwork by Stephen King, which is the third novel which is in his collection of the Bachman Books. These are 4 novellas that he wrote under the pseudonym of Richard Bachman. I've already discussed the first 2 in this collection, Rage and The Long Walk, so I'll pop links to those videos below. And Roadwork is the third one. So what is Roadwork about? Well, our protagonist, Barton Dawes, is a pretty average guy. He lives with his wife in a house. He works for a laundry, and unfortunately he finds out that the city is going to be building a new big highway that is going to cut right through his street and over his house, so he is going to have to sell his house, and additionally he is going to have to arrange for a new plant for the laundry because that is in the line of fire as well. And this really upends Barton's life and affects him way more than one would think. We quickly learn that he has certain attachment to that house due to having had a young child who tragically died young that he raised in that house years ago. And this causes him to act irrationally, not wholly understanding the motivations for what he does, which leads to him slowly spiralling while his anger against the city and the new road mounts. And what that leads to, well, you'll have to read the book to find out. I won't spoil it. So, what are my thoughts? Well, as is the case for all of the other Bachman books, I've since read The Running Man as well, which is the 4th one. This is a pretty atypical Stephen King book. It's not supernatural horror or even really a horror book. I guess it might be light horror, but it's more a psychological story. And I think it is definitely one of the weaker books, both in the Bachman books and in terms of Stephen King books in general. Right from the get-go, I kind of struggled with this one, honestly. And it's not that Bart is not a likeable protagonist or anything. You could certainly sympathise with his predicament. But even so, even from the start, his actions do seem to be a bit irrational, and it does take long for you to struggle to sympathise with him. After all, he's not the only one affected by what he does. The other people who work for the laundry, and more notably his wife, are dragged into all these problems that he creates by dragging his feet and not doing what needs to be done. And over the course of the book, he becomes less likeable as his anger consumes him and leads him to hide things, lie to people, and do even worse things. It's a shame because I think this could have been a good premise for a story. One man's fight against progress and urbanization and the system. But I think it's been done better elsewhere. Even in the 4th of the Bachman books, The Running Man, I think that did a better job of showing a man sticking it to the system better than Roadwork did. Both books show the characters spiralling and dragging other people into their messes, but it doesn't take very long for me to stop rooting for Bart. It really doesn't. It's also just generally kind of a boring book. It takes a long time for him to actually really show anything interesting because a lot of the chapters is just going through day by day what he does, and so most of them do feel kind of necessary in the end because they're building up and showing everything that happens to him and how he ends up in the situations that he does, or how he puts himself into those situations. They're not very fun to read. So in summary, unfortunately this one was a bit of a letdown. Its protagonist ceased to be likable very early on. The book itself was boring and spun its wheels a bit, and the theme or storyline of rebelling against the system or Lady Luck just having in for you is done better in other books, including other Stephen King books. So thank you for watching, a bit of a shorter one for you today. If you'd like to check out my other videos on the other Bachman books, I'll pop links to them in the description. I've also finished The Running Man, so I'll be reviewing that as well. So if you liked the video, please like and subscribe to my channel for more book reviews and other book content. And as always, do lots of maths, read lots of books, and I'm sure you'll have a wonderful day.